At the beginning of the game, a ghostly and strange alien forest greets the eyes. The player's helmet also indicates that the air conditions in this forest are not very friendly. In the forest full of potential crises, the player needs to operate the astronaut to break through many obstacles. The astronauts also view the planet's ecological exploitation value negatively. After navigating through this perilous forest, you'll come across a small crystal cave. Let's pick up a crystal. Maybe it will be of use later in the journey. The deeper you go, the greater the fluctuations in energy waves, hinting at changes in the cave's internal environment. We are now in a cave that resembles a cavernous terrain. As you can see, it is covered by a large area of liquid water. There's a floating board, and here we're going to use the crystal block we just picked up to drive it. Riding on the floating board, we can see some plant cultivation devices on the shore. It seems that the environment here is very suitable for the growth of plants. Finally, we reach the other side. The stone tablet reminds us that as long as we get close, the road will rise. So, let's take a big step forward. Through the narrow passage, we came to an open world. The huge crystal ores seem to contain mysterious energy inside. Indistinctly, through these crystal stone pillars, we can see a large-scale facility ahead that is slightly different from this landfall. Let us hurry to find out what is it. The power contained in these giant crystal ores can distort our vision, so we'd better follow these lights. In front of the building facilities is a canyon. When we approach, there will be some floating boards with numbers. Here we need to find the correct floating board. Otherwise we will get to the fake floating board like this and fall into the abyss. Entering the facility, the first thing you see is a room full of technological elements. You can explore and get information by yourself. Like we can go up to this little robot and have a conversation with it. Let's take a closer look at the front metal plate, which turns out to be a pressure plate, with a little interaction. The design of this room is mainly to show you the working environment of the atom, and some of Atom's exploration results on this planet. Like on the stairs on the second floor, we can see Atom's combination of plant and mineral energy. The ore liquid in these pipes next to it represents the valuable energy that exists on this planet. It's also keeping the facility running. After opening the door, we entered a passage. Looking around, it is not difficult to find the surrounding cave environment, which also means that this building is embedded in the mountain. When we reach the end of the passage, we will find that the door cannot be opened. At this time, we need to see if there are any props that can be used in the passage. Then, we entered a room with a completely different style from before, the space where Adam lived. The main design idea of this level is to let everyone experience Adam's changes, and to show more of his more human side than robots. The overall style of the room is also biased towards the feeling of an old house in people's memory. At the same time, after watching so many humanized items of Adam, the astronauts also became curious about the Adam. After the astronauts obtained the planet survey data left by Adam, she also had doubts. Why didn't it hand in these data? The answers to all these will be revealed in the next level. Let us quickly find the props to start the elevator and enter the final scene. As the elevator ascended, we came to the top of the entire mountain. As we stepped out through a small door on one side, this vibrant landscape came into view. Due to the influence of altitude on air density, the overall appearance of the top of the mountain will be quite different from the forest at the bottom. After we approach Adam sitting under the tree, we will find that it has ended its life. But it seems to have left a message. This message is also what the game ultimately wants to convey. Adam, who was born as a robot, rediscovers his human-like qualities during a planetary exploration mission, ultimately living a life much like a human. The planet itself, hinted at earlier, is revealed to be a world that was once abandoned due to environmental deterioration. After thousands of years of natural recovery, it regains its vitality. In the end, Adam also made his request, not wanting this planet to be mined again. By the way, astronaut's name is Code UA 1959, inspired by the world's first industrial robot's name. In the end, the story about the astronaut's choice is left blank. So what would you think?